We got some rather sad news for the NFL world. Um, Yahoo reporter Terez Paylor, he was a reporter for the NFL and he worked under Yahoo Sports. He currently died at age 37 yesterday. Before we say anything else about it, Nate, I just want to take a moment of silence. Thank you. All right, so before I say anything else, this article was written by Scott Polasek. And right in this article, it doesn't give like a cause of death, but there are some quotes, and there was a quote. This was announced by his wife Ebony Reed, and she said, and I quote, or fiance, excuse me, Ebony Reed, and she said, and I quote, while we are shocked and saddened by Terez Paylor's sudden passing, we also celebrate his extraordinary life that touched so many. Terez was an exceptional journalist whose passion for football made him a respected voice. His legacy will leave an enduring impact on sports journalism, the NFL, Kansas City Chiefs, and their fans. More important, Terez was a devoted son, grandson, brother, and an adoring fiance, and a wonderful friend to so many. To know him was to love him. He will be dearly missed. So, yeah, Nate, you know what? And I'm gonna be honest. It seems like he was definitely well respected. He has gotten there have been people reaching out to him and his family, such as Jeff Passan, MLB reporter, who we know very much of, Louis Riddick, who's a very good NFL reporter for ESPN. Dan Wetzel is a very good reporter himself. Steve White, another great reporter who's on ESPN. Harry Lyles Jr., Kevin Clark. So there are a lot of guys. There are a lot of guys I'm reading off here, Nate.
Adam
That
Schefter.
Adam Scheffner, Ian Rappaport, Peter King. Yeah, I mean the list goes on and on. So you know what, Nate? I'll let you start off first. Your thoughts on Terez Paylor's passing?
Yeah, condolences to his family, his friends, and may his soul rest in peace. 37 years old, man. That's way too young.
Yeah.
That's just way too young. We don't know the cause of death, so we can't tell you that. But it doesn't matter. At that point, it doesn't even matter how you died. It's the fact that he died at such a young age. And we always say, I mean, that's our devastating no matter how old you are. But the fact that he was 37 years old and his career was just taking off, that's
Right.
just sad. It really is. And honestly, like you said, it looks like he's very well respected. You got all these guys that we mentioned that are very big in the journalism and broadcasting world for things like ESPN and Fox Sports and CBS Sports and all these other things. So I mean, it looks to us that he was very well respected. He was very, very good at his job. And with that said, I don't really have much else to say. So with that said, rest in peace to Terez Paylor. May his soul rest in peace, and condolences to his friends and family. Muted.
Sorry. Yeah. Well, first of all, before I say anything, I just want to say, may Terez Paylor rest in peace and condolences to his family. Yeah, I mean, he's very highly talked about by his fiance, obviously, but like people who we know so highly of, like Jeff Passan, Ian Rappaport, Adam Scheffner, Peter King, Louis Riddick. So I mean, there's so many guys who really did reach out, and it just shows you how big of an impact he had. And I mean, coming from that statement right there, he worked mainly with the Kansas City Chiefs, but I mean, his impact, I mean, it was definitely felt by a lot of people. And so, I mean, yeah, man, 37, it's such a young way to go out. It really is. It's really, I mean, words can't even describe it. 37 years old, like it's too young, man. You still have a lot of your life to live. And I mean, the only thing I could really say is he was well respected. He was a great journalist. And then when we first hear about these people passing, you really start to learn about what they had done in the business. And like people like me going into this profession, and people like you who are considering going into this profession, you really look at it and you really see like the certain level at which they did their job, and you want to reach that level. And Terez Paylor is just another example, like Pedro Gomez was, who passed away. He was another great example. And I mean, you look at these guys and you kind of want to go to those same levels as them. So, I said it for Pedro. And I said it for Pedro when his family passed, and I'll say it for Terez as well. Like just know that he has had a great impact on the game of the NFL, and he has had a great impact on people who they might not even know of, like me or you. And the last thing I could basically say is, may he rest in peace and condolences to the ones who were affected.